All right. Hello, friends. I'm here dialing in from London, and I'm just going to add our very special guest to the chat. Happy Saturday, guys. All right. I hope it works. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Those of you in the UK, beautiful
Hello.
weather in London. Hello.
Oh, there you go.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so unwell, just to let you know.
Okay, I'm mentally unwell, so.
Same.
But yeah, so hello guys. My name is Fran Ayala Rock. I'm from Bitches in Stitches. We are an all-femme, them, women, queer, stand-up comedy community. And today we're doing a thing. We're having a conversation with a stand-up comedian who I found online and massively got totally obsessed with. And that is how I met Kimmi Kaiy. I was fangirling over her through the DMs. And I invited her to kind of join the Bitches and Stitches global community, and she's been a staple at a lot of our monthly virtual writing workshops. And honestly, like we haven't met IRL, but I feel like I kind of know you anyway.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
but yeah, so Kimmy, do you want to just tell us a little bit about like how you found stand-up comedy and like what kind of called you to get into stand-up?
I had no intention of doing stand-up comedy. So it's just over a year ago now. I was doing TikToks and stuff, just sharing jokes on there, and people kept saying, "You need to do stand-up. You need to try stand-up." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I joined something called Ultra Comedy.
Mhm.
Which is basically like you do training and then you do a gig for charity, and I thought that would be a great way to like tick it off the bucket list almost. So I joined that. It kept getting cancelled, and I thought, oh, decided I'm just going to do it myself.
Mhm.
um, so I wrote 5 minutes, and I put my heart and my soul into my 5 minutes, and then I did my first gig. And as soon as I stood on the stage, I kind of just knew that like this is for me. This is a bit of me. Yeah.
How did you find it? Because you were a creator for several years, really, before you got into stand-up. But then when you had to write that 5 minutes, did you see anything that was different? Did you feel different?
I didn't know anything about stand-up comedy. I didn't even know that people wrote 10 minutes or 5 minutes and went and did that at every club. I didn't know that that was a thing. I thought people went up there and just ad-libbed or whatever. So yeah, before I did the ultra comedy course, I like studied it. I like to study quite a lot, so I read into it. I watched loads of YouTube videos. I got Adam Bloom's book, Finding Your Comic Genius.
I have it.
I used that to write my 5 minute set. It's completely different to online content creation. Firstly, you're in front of a group of people, and if they don't like it, they will let you know. um, Online, they can hide you, like they hid behind the screen. If you don't want to see the bad comments, you just don't read it. Whereas these people are literally in front of you. But I think that's what makes it more exciting, is you get that instant feedback from people if it's good or not. If you get a laugh instantly, it feels good. It's like a drug. It's like a free drug.
Honestly, I mean, if I could snort a room full of laughter, I probably could, because honestly, it's not easy. I mean, I have been doing this for 8 years, and I get crippling anxiety and stage fright every single time still,
I
but I will
don't
never
blame you.
not do it because when I get up there, and then when you kind of dial into the vibe of a room, right? Like
Yeah.
it's the best feeling. And what was your first gig like? Do you
It was
remember
actually
it?
amazing. Yeah, it was great. I had a great time. I don't know why I don't get nervous before I
Mhm.
go on stage. I don't get nervous on stage. When I come off, that's when the nerves hit me.
Ah,
It's so weird. Like I start shaking, and all the nervous feelings that you should feel before a gig, I get after, which is odd. But I think that definitely helps me. If I went to that first gig and it was awful, I probably wouldn't have carried on because I had no intention of doing it anyway. It was just a tick it off your bucket list kind of thing.
Mm.
Um, so the fact that it actually went okay was great. I did it with a group of guys called God, let me get the name right. Is it Laughing Stock? I can't remember. I need to check it. But I did it with them, and they were lovely. Like, they welcomed me. They had me on the bill like 2 days before they told me I was going to be on, and I was like, okay, I need to
Wow.
knuckle down and really make sure like this set's perfect. And they were just great. They were just a really nice bunch of guys. There was about 20 in the audience, and they were all lovely.
Nice.
It was literally, it was perfect. It was great. It's actually online. I posted it on my YouTube channel. So people can go and have a look at my first ever gig. Please don't judge me on the jokes. But the gig was great.
So how long have you been doing stand-up for? You said has it been a year?
It's just been a year, so it was May. May was my anniversary.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And how do you feel like, because you've done a lot in a year, honestly. Like you've
Uh-huh.
been gigging around, you've even come to London, which I know you super love, but you've been on roasts, you've roasted actually some pretty prominent people in the scene. You've created sketches, but in terms of just outside of the formats that you've been able to explore, um, how would you say your actual comedy or like your material or what you've learned about comedy has evolved over the year?
Um, I'm actually not happy with where my writing is now. I feel like I have done so much, but I haven't really focused on the writing as much as I really want to. That's definitely an area what I personally want to work on. I know, like, people say for a year in, I'm doing great, which is fine, but I'm a massive perfectionist and I like
Mm.
everything to be perfect. So
Mm.
that's something that I definitely want to, like, focus on. It's just having the time. It takes so long. I really struggle with just like sitting down and writing and trying to get my brain into thinking funny. It doesn't just work like that for me. I have to already have that idea in my head, and
Mm.
then work backwards from that. Yeah, that's something I feel like I've been stuck at this one stage that I've been in with my just specifically stand up for quite a while because I have been doing other stuff elsewhere. So yeah.
I mean, she's booked and busy, which we love. Okay, so what really stood out to me is that you describe your comedy as like swear words in a Disney film. Can you explain a little bit what that means?
Um, for anyone that doesn't know me online, I think when I go on stage, I look quite innocent. I wear pink. I speak. My voice is quite soft. And then dark things come out of my mouth. I think that's what I mean by Disney swear words in a Disney film. And I like that. I like that juxtaposition. I think it's unique and it's shocking and it makes it funnier. I get away with a lot more because I do look quite innocent. I think if a guy went on stage and said the jokes that I say, it probably wouldn't get the same reception.
I actually think that's pretty genius, and maybe at least what I'm getting from that is that probably ties a little bit to your experience as a creator, because you
Yeah,
know how the difference between how things are perceived, how people see things,
yeah,
and then like what the actual like content or substance might be. And I don't necessarily think that many people who've done stand up who haven't done content actually pick up on that. And I mean, I have not been a content creator, but I was a journalist and I work in PR. So I'm very much somebody who also thinks about like the way people first get an impression of something and like how that might change the mind. But I think that's actually what's brilliant about your comedy is like a lot of it so much is like playing with what people think they know.
yeah.
And I wondered, like, does that play into your writing process? Do you think of like, oh, this is how people see something,
I
and I'm
definitely
gonna.
try. I try and write
Mm.
it like that. It doesn't always work. So I feel like I can write jokes quite easy, but not always the jokes that will fit my persona.
Mm.
Um, that's the difficult part. Yeah, so I do try and fit it in with that, and I have definitely got jokes in my set now that probably don't align like well together, but they're basically just fillers while I try and figure out the right jokes.
Sell them, sell them. But it's true because content creation really is about like putting everything in your control about your image, and stand up kind of takes that away from us in a little bit. And how does that kind of feel, like going from content creation where you kind of did have a say in your brand, and stand up where the audience kind of shows you like what they think, and it's not necessarily what we want all the time?
Content creation is, I don't feel like it was me. On stage, I am definitely more me. There's more me in there. When I was doing TikToks and stuff, I used to do a thing called It's a Little Bit Funny. And
Mm.
I would just share jokes. They weren't my jokes. They were just jokes that I knew or jokes that I'd seen before. And I was just sharing them online. They were dark. So they were my sense of humor, but they just weren't from me.
Uh-huh.
And I've obviously had to abandon that now because I can't share other people's jokes online when I'm supposed to be writing my own jokes. So I haven't posted any of them for a very long time, for that reason. Yeah, so my stand-up is 100% me. Content online, I think now it's me. My content online is now me. I'm trying to put myself out of there more. But like when I first started 5 years ago, it was just basically whatever got clips or whatever
Hmm.
went viral is what I focused on. Yeah, it's not like that anymore.
And I mean, to be fair, you've already got, because of your background in content, you do have something that a lot of people in stand up don't really know that much about, but kind of need, because when you're trying to get your name out there, and it's really quite competitive, people tell us to get on social media and promote ourselves.
Yeah.
So like, what advice would you give to maybe like a comedian who wants to get their name out on social, but not make it exactly their set? Like, how do they even start?
You need to have personality now, and it needs to be, it has to be something different. You can't do the same as everybody else because it will just get lost.
Mm.
um social media is so difficult, but it's so important for literally everybody. Every single profession needs social media nowadays. If you're a hairdresser, you need social media to get clients. It's just because there's that many different businesses out there that are on social media. You will just get lost in it all. So I don't know, it depends on the person. um like my friend's really good on, she's got a horse account because she loves horses, so she's made that her entire personality. It's basically like niching down to something very, very specific that is
Hmm.
you. That's what you need to do. Go as specific as you can for your personality.
Okay. And my other question is, again, as a creator, you have been on several platforms. You're on YouTube, you're on TikTok, you're on
I'm on
Instagram.
the wall.
No, you're on them all, and you've recently made your debut in the Substack world.
Yes.
Um, and I was gonna say, like, I personally like find Substack quite challenging, like when I first went on it, because it's not for people with no attention span. It's people with nothing but time. So
Yeah.
how are you finding it? And I guess like, what are your plans to, you know, to and where to take your Substack?
I don't actually know. So I started it literally like a week ago. I've put 2 posts out. I find it quite therapeutic, because I'm basically just being 100% real on there. There's no, I do try and make it a little bit funnier so it's a bit more entertaining to read, but it is basically just my inside thoughts, made a little bit funny. Um, yeah, I don't know. I have got no plans for it really. It's just basically writing whatever comes to my brain. I'm going to update people on my journey of stand up. Sorry, my dog wants serious attention.
No
um,
worries.
yeah, I'm gonna update people on the journey of what's happening, and if I can think of any like funny memories or whatever, I will stick them in there as well. But I just like really I'm enjoying just writing things down and getting it out of my brain. The first one that I wrote, I was a mess when I wrote that. I'm not gonna lie.
It was very, very raw, very
It was
personal, and
very, very real.
yeah.
um, but I enjoyed doing it. And then once I wrote it down and I'd read it back, I felt so much better. So that's what I'm going to use it for. And if people like it, they like it. If they don't, then they don't. It's basically just for me.
And honestly, I mean, there really is something I think about when you're writing long form, um, that you don't have those parameters or those limits, and you can just kind of express whatever you've been holding on to. Comedy, on the other hand, I find also quite therapeutic in a very different way, where you're not dumping, but you're forced to look at something differently. And do you find that comedy helps you deal with like difficult emotions?
I find it hard because the my traumatic stuff I can laugh at quite easily. People that haven't been through exactly the same as me will listen to the stuff that I say and they don't understand that it's okay to laugh at it, and that's really difficult to try and switch people's brains into saying like it's like, you can laugh at this, it's fine. I've dealt with it, it's okay. Um, I haven't found the magic key to that yet. I'm still working on trying to figure out how to do that properly. So yeah,
In terms of what it does for you, though, in terms of like, you take something that was challenging in the past or difficult, to process, and how does writing that into like a bit or putting a punchline on that kind of make you feel about those situations?
I don't think I joke about anything that I haven't already dealt with in my own brain. Um,
Okay.
so the stuff that I joke about has definitely already been tackled. Um, I don't know if I'd be able to write about like fresh, raw stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to or not.
I don't know if I can. They do say like you should write from a scab, not a wound,
Yeah,
because if you've not properly dealt with it, then you can't really look at it.
I think it just comes out
Yeah.
angry when you. Yeah, I just think the wrong emotion comes out if you haven't fully like processed it in your own brain.
No, that's true. That's true. And one thing I'm curious about too is that like, you did step away from content creation, which was, this was such a big part of your life. This was your income, and what kind of sparked that decision to fully lean into stand up?
I've been wanting to come away from that platform for quite a while. It wasn't just something that one day just clicked in my brain. Slowly, I just fell out of love with it. I don't actually know why. Um,
Mhm.
I don't understand it myself. I think as soon as I found comedy, I felt like this is my thing, and I need to put everything into that. Um, and everything else didn't matter. It was just comedy, and that's it. It's difficult because comedy doesn't pay very well.
No, it does not.
It doesn't. I get so much out of it apart from pay, um, which is difficult. So yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle, to be honest.
And you have talked about feeling a little bit guilty for like choosing yourself, and but what does it feel like, I guess, when you say, okay, today I'm not feeling so great, but I'm gonna bet on myself. I'm gonna get on stage. I'm gonna tell that joke. Like,
Oh,
what's your process to like get back out there?
I don't think I've figured that out yet either. I still feel very guilty that
Mm.
I'm doing that. I don't. Yeah, I feel very selfish for wanting to do comedy. Yeah, I still feel very selfish for doing that. So I haven't figured out how to not feel guilty yet.
How does comedy make you feel though? Like you said, again, there's like a high that you get from it. Like, how does comedy make you feel like about yourself?
I like the fact that I can make people laugh. I think I've said it before that I think that like dark jokes help trauma, and I think joking about stuff is so important for everybody, especially the dark, crappy stuff. And I like that I can do that for people. Like for them 10 minutes that I'm on stage and people are laughing, that makes me feel good. There's been so many situations where I've been with like friends that are going through crappy times, and my go-to is to make them laugh. It it probably looks insane from the outside, me trying to make people laugh when they're in these horrible situations, but it just it just makes me feel better, and it makes them feel better, even if it's just for a split second.
Do you think that, I mean, there is sort of a power, right, in making people laugh at something that could otherwise be quite painful,
Yeah.
right? You make it like less in control of, I guess, how you feel if you can laugh at something.
What it is as well is like the memories of that traumatic. I'll give you an example. My friend was going through an ectopic pregnancy, and
Oh man.
it was awful. It was horrendous. It was the worst thing she ever went through, and I was there, and I don't know what else to do apart from crack jokes. So I'm cracking jokes. Now, when we speak about that situation, we remember the funny things that happened, and it lessens the pain a lot. And that's just what I like about it. That's the bit that I like about it.
No, I mean, I totally get it. I got into stand up to get over a breakup, and honestly, I was going on these bad dates, and my friends were like, "Girl, you need a hobby," because they were quite sad. And I think like when you can look at something like a point in your life that might not have been, the best version of yourself or like the best time, and like when you can just laugh at it,
Yeah.
kind of, makes it less in charge of, I guess, who you are today, which I do like. But again, what I want to say is like, or want to ask is, you did realize you've made people laugh. You like that about yourself. Was that a feeling you didn't get from content creation in the end?
Yes. It's really hard to talk about. I feel like that part of me is that part of me that was on that platform is not me at all. It's not me.
Mm.
It's fake me. It's not real at all. I'm not a sexy person. I'm really not. And yeah, I had to work really hard to make that person come out, and it didn't feel like me, and it felt like that person is just being used basically.
Mm.
This part of me, the Kimmi Kaiy stand-up comedian, makes people feel good, and yeah, that I like that.
It's like you making people feel good because you're also seen. It's more about connection than
Yeah,
appetite, I suppose,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I don't want to just be known for my boobs. As fantastic as they are, I'd rather be known for making people laugh. It's so annoying online when I'm trying to be funny and the only comments I get are about my boobs. It winds me up so
I was
much.
going to, yeah, segue into, I think that like as women, no matter where we're from or who we are, what we look like, people are going to have opinions about that because there
I
aren't
think
as many of us in
that's
comedy.
why I got into the other platform, is because I was trying to make people laugh and the comments were just about my body, and I
Mm.
thought, you know what, I'm just gonna make the most of this, and if I can make money from it, then why shouldn't I? Why I'm just gonna do it. So that's what I did. That just caught up with me in the end. Yeah, but I think we will always get them comments. It's I don't know how to I don't know how to stop that from happening. It's going to happen because that's what happens to women, which is really really sad. Um,
It is unavoidable, but is there, I guess, is there a way that like you've had to show yourself like, okay, this is not about me. This is about like, I don't know, is there something you do to kind of make it not feel so personal?
um, I don't no, I don't think so, because I get them comments on every video. It doesn't matter what I wear or what I look like. I will get those comments on every single video that I post. It's it's relentless. um, I don't know if that's because I've got an audience from the other platform
Mm.
that I've brought over to wherever I am. I don't know. Yeah, it's relentless.
Well, you know what? I think honestly, That's pretty badass for you to have to deal with what you're dealing with and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna do the thing that pays me no money but brings me joy and brings other people joy. Like, I think that in and of itself is a pretty badass and like rebellious kind of, you know, resilience that people really should admire in you because again, not everybody can do what we do.
No,
And I don't think anyone or many people can do what you do.
it's so
And
hard. Like stand up is hard. Um, but everybody makes it look so easy. It's difficult.
do you think that like how do you feel when people say like, "Oh, you're unnatural?" Because I don't find it natural at all to perform like this is because I've practiced, but I don't know, how do you feel when people are like, "You're so natural on stage?"
I mean, it's a massive compliment, but yeah, it's so hard. Like it's actually we should be paid thousands. It's
Well,
so hard.
I know until Netflix decides to give us all a special, instead of people whose names rhyme with Matt Strife. But um so okay, let's actually get into like the craft of it because you say you're a perfectionist and you care deeply about your material.
It's a problem.
What is your process when you write jokes? Are you like notes app girly, voice memo, like laptop? What's your style?
I'm everything.
Okay.
I normally I have the punchline in my head from somewhere random, and I work backwards from there. Um, or sometimes I will sit and I will think this is the subject I want to joke about, so I need to find jokes for that. That doesn't always work for me though. That I find that really difficult to go right. You're writing about this and
Mm.
trying to get those ideas out. It's hard. Um, Sometimes my jokes come to me in my dreams, which is nice.
Oh. And you remember them when you wake up?
So what happens is I will dream that I'm actually on stage in my dream. It's always the same. I'm on stage
Ooh.
and I will tell the joke and then I will wake up and I'll be like, oh, that's really good. And then I'll write it down in my phone. I'll text myself the joke and then I'll go back to sleep. And then sometimes in the morning I'll wake up and I read it and go, what the fuck is that? And other times I'm like, oh, that's actually a good idea and I can work around that. It's never perfect. I don't wake up and write perfect jokes. That would be amazing if I could do that.
Oh, you'd
Yeah,
be on so many Netflix specials by now.
it'd be so good, wouldn't it?
You'll get there, babes. Okay, my thing is, do you believe Steve Martin actually said a joke is actually never finished. You can always find a different way to do it and your audience is always different, so you could do it differently. Do you agree?
I agree. I agree with that. Yeah. I'm not every single joke that I've got. I'm not 100% with. Um, and that stresses me out because, like I said, I'm a perfectionist. I like things to be perfect, and whether not perfect, it stresses me out. It will either stress me out to the point where I'll just stop and not carry on with it, or it just stresses me out, and I have to work at it till I get it right. My first 5 minute set that I did, I sat in my bed for 3 solid days. Like I didn't move. I sat in my bed and was just writing for 3 entire days until I had it how I wanted it. And even now, I've still got some of those jokes in my set now, and yeah, I still don't think they're perfect. So
Are they different from when you started them though?
they've definitely changed.
Okay.
Yeah, the like certain words have changed, or the way that I say it, or the order that I say it in has changed. Um, yeah.
So how do you know, okay, they might never be finished, but how do you know when they're ready to take to an audience?
Um, so I try them at open mic.
Hmm.
Um, Open mic's really difficult for me though because I don't always get the response that I want, and I don't think you get the response like the big response until you're in bigger rooms. It's really difficult to go to an open mic and tell a joke and get the right response because those crowds are normally quite small, and I think it's very difficult to play to them. Um, I test it for a bit, and if it's still not working after a while, then I give up on it and I move on to something else. But again, that hurts me. It hurts me to tell a joke and it doesn't get the reaction that I want. It annoys me quite a bit. So yeah, I will just get rid of it and start again.
I feel like absolute shit when I bomb. But the thing is, that is like the one universal truth for any comic, no matter how much experience we have or money or, how big the audience is, like, is that we always bomb, like, at one point.
Yeah.
Every comedian bombs at least once. But like, I ask everybody, like, why do you come back? What keeps you coming back?
It's just
Even
the
after like a
feeling.
bad gig.
It's just the feeling you get on stage when it goes right. That's literally it. It's that feeling. I can't explain it to anybody. It's literally like a drug. It makes me feel so good. Like it's that first laugh that I got, the laughs when I get laughs now, I still get that exact same feeling as though that first laugh that I got. That's what makes me go back on stage.
And what does that feeling like? How does it like show up? Like, what does it make you think about yourself, or what does it feel like in your body? Like, let's get a description
It
of
makes
this
me
drug.
feel like a superhuman. It makes me happy. It's like a fuzzy feeling inside. um, yeah, it's just like a big. I don't even know how to explain it. It just makes me feel good. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy, like butterflies in my belly. All of it.
I love that. I love that. It's honestly, yeah, it's
You
better
can't
than.
explain it to anyone unless you've been in that situation. You can't explain it. But like you said about bombing, that's the complete opposite. um, that feels horrible.
Yeah.
I had my first ever real heckler.
Oh no.
I don't mind hecklers, like if they're trying to be funny. I've never had one that's actually hated me apart from last week. It was my first ever one,
No.
and he was just not into me at all. He let me know straight away that he thought that he's
Like
told me that,
he yelled at you during your
oh yeah.
set.
He
Oh,
told me I was wank. I was like, okay. And I've never had that before.
wow.
But while I was on stage, I was a boss and I handled it. When I came off stage, I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. I was going home,
So
like, I was in the car, like, thinking about it, like, why did he hate me so much? What did I do wrong? But it's
it's
just one of them things, isn't it?
an
I think he was
utterly
just
crap
having a bad day.
feeling. Yeah, it's an utterly crap feeling. So what may I ask how you handled it? You said he yelled like you were wank. Like, how did you respond to that? Like,
Um, I did a joke about weight loss, and he basically shouted out, "I wouldn't fuck you," and I said, "I don't know how to break it to you, but you don't have the face to be fussy." Um, his
oh my
friends,
God.
his friends were loving it. They they were lapping it up, clapping, and yeah. And then he shouted, "You're wank," and I was like, "Yeah, but you'll be going home wanking about me later." Um,
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, that's a sick burn. I love this for you. Did you, did it just come organically? Did it just like
yeah,
click
it
that like
came
this is
out.
what?
What happened was, right, like I said, when I go on stage I look quite innocent and I don't let people know that I do dark humor. I hate it when MCs announce me too much before I go on, so
Mm,
they like to hype me up and say, oh, she's got so many followers on this platform and she's just dark humor, and I'm like, please don't do that because you completely ruined like my whole entire act. But
mm.
this room was horrendous, by the way. It was really bad. Like, it was split into two rooms. They were only there to watch England play football. It was like a reform
Oh,
rally. It was bad. And the MC was just working with what he'd got. And he told a joke about being at the doctors and boobs and stuff. And then he said, oh, speaking of boobs,
oh
and
no.
our next comedian is Kimmi Kaiy. And I was like, oh my God, please. I'm trying to go on stage and be innocent, and you've completely undermined me straight away. So I think as soon as I went on stage, I had no respect from the audience already
Yeah.
because I'd already been announced on by my boobs. So I completely just lost the room at that point anyway. So I think the guy in the audience had that already in his head, and it just made it 10 times worse. So yeah, but I was fine. I was fine on stage. It was just after that I felt a bit, ugh.
I mean, it's never a good feeling. I believe that laughter should be something that we use as a way to connect with each other. And I mean, there are a lot of people who don't do that. They use it as a way to kind of single people out or make them feel alienated and alone. And I would rather just have it be something that makes us feel like we know each other a little better, or
Yeah,
we feel a little bit closer, because a laugh, like, there's no language for it, right? Like, but when you share something funny and that makes you happy, like, I think it's a belonging thing, and heckling is the opposite of that, right?
yeah, yeah.
It and yeah, and I don't love it. And I honestly, I don't know if I could have any advice for people in dealing with hecklers, other than
I think it just
um
comes naturally. I think, like me 5 years ago, if someone had have done that to me, I probably would have just cried. To be honest,
oh,
I would have cried and walked off. Um, yeah, I think it's. I think I've had lots of practice online from trolls. So
fair.
yeah,
I mean, they're not any nicer, and especially like if you can't see their faces or know who they are, right? Like,
no.
they'll say, um, so I've been seeing this thing online that a lot of women in comedy are doing, where they post the meanest comments they get from their trolls. I mean,
Oh
without
yeah.
doxing them. Um, if you're comfortable, like, do you have something really mean that's been said to you online, and did you have like a clap back when you're like, yeah, motherfucker?
Oh
Like,
God, I can't remember. I get so many that they just they all roll into one. It's mainly about my body, to be honest. I've had fat shaming, I've had skinny shaming, I've had everything. Um, yeah, I can't think of a specific one. I tend to I like to bait the trolls. So if I get a horrible comment, I like to not argue with them, but make them have to keep replying to me. So I'll ask them questions and then they have to reply because they feel like they're in the right and they need to continue the argument. And that's perfect for the algorithm because it makes the algorithm think that they like that video. They're going to keep showing my stuff. They're going to keep commenting the horrible comments, and it's going to boost my videos. So yeah, I just like to play with them and just keep them engaged.
you are a woman after my own heart. I started kind of doing the same thing, where like, you don't, it's not about calling people out. And I actually saw a TED talk about this. It's not quite the same, but they say if you call somebody out, you're immediately saying, I'm going to fight you.
Yeah,
But if you call somebody in and you ask them to explain themselves, it's a little bit different, because then they have nothing to like hide behind, right? They
no,
just have to either dig themselves a deeper hole and bump, your content up as a result. It's honestly, if
people
people have the
say
patience for it,
they
it's
say,
good.
oh, just block the trolls. No, they're my biggest supporters because they're the ones that push the video. Let
No,
them
you could
in. I
get
don't
something out of
care.
that. Yeah, I recently got a comment on Bitches and Stitches, like, pre-Pride show, where it says like femmes, thems, girls, gays, theys, or something. And somebody commented, I would have so much more fun if I sat at home in the dark stapling myself in the face. And so I replied, well, don't let us get in the way of your good time. Like, I
I
feel
like
like
that.
there are days I will rise above, and there are days that I am Tom Petty. So do you have a pre-show ritual? Because you say you don't really get nervous, but in terms of like making yourself feel ready to get on there, is there something you do to like psych yourself up to
I
perform?
used to. So when I first started, I used to have a Red Bull. I used to have. So I'd voice record my set and I'd listen to it in headphones. Like so, it'd be like lyrics to a song playing in my head, so I wouldn't forget what I was going to say. I don't do that anymore. I don't think I do anything anymore. I just go and hang out with my friends and
You're so
go on stage.
natural. I love it. No,
I love
that's
that's like one of the great things about doing comedy as well is getting to hang out with all your mates like before you go on stage because I don't really have a lot of friends, so it's really nice to see people that you see regularly. Yeah, that's that's what I do now. I don't I don't have any pre-match rituals.
I don't think I have a ritual. I just have things I don't do. Like I definitely don't eat because I will vom. Like
I've
again,
heard
I
that as well. People don't have dinner, but I think they don't have dinner and they don't go to the toilet.
oh no, I go
I
because
hope that that keeps your brain like alive. Because if you're
like
comfortable, if you're fed and you're warm and you're comfortable, it just goes.
interesting. So, do you feel that um I don't know, do you feel that now that you don't need your ritual, you're quite comfortable, you like know your shit before you get up there? How do you keep like challenging yourself to level up other than the perfectionism that's always there?
Um, I am actually, this is going to sound so odd. I'm trying not to level up. I'm trying to
Mm,
go back to open mics. I've been doing quite a few paid gigs and I feel like it's not helping me to progress because I'm doing the same stuff every night.
I see.
Because I feel like I have to give my best
Yeah.
because I'm being paid. So I can't test stuff when I'm on those nights. So I feel like I need to um, take a step back, start writing again, and like just start all over again so I can get better. Does that make sense, or is that
Yeah, no,
mental?
no, no, no. No, that makes sense because again, like a paid gig is super different from an open mic, right? A
Hmm.
paid gig is like you are this is a service,
Yeah,
that you have been compensated for and you have to deliver the entertainment. But open mic is more like the gym, I guess.
yeah, it's like
The
playing,
joke
isn't
gym.
it?
But my okay, I'm curious also about, again, you said like there's big rooms that you've played, mics, you've done smaller rooms. Um, what is the biggest difference that you see in terms of audiences in those types of rooms, and how does that affect like how you adjust your set?
I don't adjust my set
Hmm.
for a room. I don't. I do what I know, and if they don't like it, they don't like it.
Mm.
Sometimes that's difficult. Um, Bigger rooms are always easier for me because if you've only got 5% of people laughing in a bigger room, you're still getting laughs. If you've got 5% of people laughing in a small room, it's like silence. um, so bigger rooms are easier. I I'd like to have enough material to be able to play with like the audience, but I also believe that like you should just be yourself, and if that's not your audience, that's not your audience. Um,
Well, yeah, I feel like, if I go into um if I go into a gig and everyone there is going to vote reform, like I am, a feminist immigrant, I'm not going to win them over.
no.
But if that is the case for me, it's fucking crowd work, I'm gonna ping
Yeah.
pong the pail in the mail and all that. But again, are you so you're looking to go back to the basics. You're looking to kind of get back to a space where you're writing again and challenge it again. What do you want your comedy career to look like a year from now?
Um, I've been asked this question since like I started, and I don't know the answer. I didn't know the answer then, and I still don't know the answer now. I the YouTube stuff that I've been doing, I've been loving that so much. And I want to do more of that. I'm not really a TV, I don't watch TV, so Netflix and stuff doesn't really interest me. But I would like to be doing more celebrity YouTube stuff, let's say.
Nice.
Yeah, because that was to roasting KSI was probably the greatest day of my life.
That was wild. Bitch, that was wild. That was so good.
It was such a good day, and I was so stressed before that video came out because they said they can change it to how they want, and I know that I had a great day, and I was like, please just put what happened in the video just so everyone can see how amazing it was. And they did it well. The crowd were a bit dampened down to how it was on the day, but it was it was amazing. It was so good.
So tell me, roasts are a little bit different. It's a different kind of comedy. What was your process, or like how did you get to
Oh
that
my god,
material?
I actually don't like roasts.
Hmm.
Um, I find them super difficult, especially like in person. I feel like because he's a celebrity, it's a lot easier. Um,
Mm.
it's okay to roast him because he's well known. I'm doing a hot water roast at the end of this month, and I'm doing one the month after as well. I do find them quite difficult, but for the KSI one, it was super easy. I had 24 hours to write that
Oh
roast.
my God.
Yeah, I knew 24 hours before I went that I was going to do it, so I had 24 hours. They said we needed 5 minutes, between 3 and 5 minutes, and I did what I did with my 5 minute set. I literally sat in my bed and didn't move until it was done. I was still writing jokes on the train on the way to roast him, but I was allowed my notes on stage, so that was
Okay,
fine.
good. And
Um,
so what, like, I guess what was your process? Do you find something about like their appearance, something people can see and like connect for themselves, or do you look for like something people don't know about the person?
I did it all. I did so much research on him, on things that people will know and things that people won't know. And then
Ah,
I was trying to connect it to like things that were going on in the world. So I wrote quite a
okay.
few jokes that were not on there. So I wrote some about the manosphere,
Okay,
because
let's hear, can we hear one?
oh God, I can't remember it.
Okay, no worries.
I
We
can't
can,
remember.
yeah, you can send me one and I'll put it
I've
in
got a
the chat
YouTube
thing.
video. There's a YouTube video where I read all of my jokes out from my book that
Oh,
I
nice.
had. So you can go and have a look on there. Um, but yeah, I tried to make it not obvious because everyone that roasted him had like the same kind of jokes, and I wanted to make sure mine were like fully creative and not the same as anyone else's. So I tried to link it in with other things that were relevant at the time. I don't think that went down too well with the video though, because the video didn't come out for another 2 months since from when I made it. So
Oh,
that's
I didn't
probably
know
why.
that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably why they didn't put the manosphere stuff in, because it wasn't happening at the time of
Mm,
release. Um, yeah, like the thick of it joke that I did. That was
great
basically,
show.
I was going through all of his songs and I was thinking how the lyrics could be interpreted in a different way, and I was like, oh, thick of it is like a lisp, and then I thought he's a boxer, so um, Mike Tyson. Yeah, that's how I did it.
No, I think honestly, like I've been doing a few more roasts like in London. I've done them in Hong Kong, um, and I've done okay. But again, like it's a small scene there, so I think like if you know somebody or if people like know somebody, it's easy.
Yeah,
But here, like if I don't know somebody and they're just sending me like a list of facts, they could also take the piss, right?
yeah. I've so that's the roast that I'm doing at the end of the month. Are um, I know the people, but not like they're not friends. I just know of them. I don't know anything about them apart from what they've sent in that list. Um, and it's difficult. It's difficult to write from just those facts that you know.
So
I haven't wrote my roast out for the end of the month yet.
So
Um,
how would you level up if you don't think it's enough that you're getting from the facts? Is it time to stalk online? Like what would you do?
I'll just chat with them.
Okay.
So I think it's best if you have like if it's for entertainment basically. So I think working together is probably the best thing to do. They can get the best jokes out of it, and you can get the best jokes out of it. So yeah,
Hmm.
I'll just chat with them if I see something and I think, oh, there's more to that, I will just go and
Mm.
ask.
Nice. That's a really beautiful way to do it. And actually like the best roast battles I've had were with people that I did that with, like that were
Yeah.
actually like mates, but also willing to have a conversation instead of be like, nah, bitch,
What's
this is a
hard is
competition.
what's hard is all of that information they give you, the audience don't know. So
Mm,
you could make a joke about one specific bit of that information and it doesn't make sense to the audience because they don't know that about that person. So
yeah.
it's difficult to explain that thing to the audience without giving the joke away as well.
No, that's true because they don't have context and you have no
No.
time, right? You've got like one
Yeah.
thing to say in a roast.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh, it's a
But
whole
like with
thing.
KSI, everybody knows everything about him, so
Mm,
it was kind of
famous
easy.
person. Yeah. Well, I think we've got 10 minutes left and we've got one person with us, but if you want to ask any questions to Kimmy, please feel free to type them in. You can ask her about starting stand-up, content creation, confidence, writing, dark humor, just whatever chaos comes to your mind. But while you guys are thinking of that, Kimmy, I want to ask, where can people come and check out your comedy? Like, what are your channels that you would like to share?
Um, I'm Kimmi Kaiy on everything, so KIMMIKAIY. You should be able to find me on every platform with that name. I do have a Bands in Town app where I put all my gigs on, but I haven't put them on for a while. So I don't think there's any on there at the moment. But there will be. So in all of my social media accounts, I have a link in bio, which is basically my Beacons account, which has everything on it. So my podcasts, all of my socials, and my gigs. So yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. So that's for people to like actually like find your content and like go check you out live. Is there like, do you have like a buy me a coffee or a, you know, uh,
No,
money, money, money? Okay,
no, I
good for
don't.
you. I don't have one either, and I feel like I should, but then I feel like it's also another thing that I'd have to promote. It's like it's a whole different thing than getting people to a gig.
I
Well,
used to have a Amazon wish list,
hmm.
but I used to get some the most random things, so I just
Oh, like
cancelled
not on
that.
your wish list.
No, I got sent a whole like a huge roll of bubble wrap once, like a massive. I
Were you
don't know
moving?
where that came from.
Were you moving
So,
house or no?
no,
Okay,
it's
all
so
right.
random.
Maybe somebody just wanted you to be protected from sharp edges.
Maybe.
Um, okay, and when is your next live gig? Where can people come check out your next live gig?
Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know.
It's
Um,
not the roast at the end of the month. There's something before that.
I don't know. I can't remember. I'll
All
have to
right,
check the diary.
you're gonna have to follow her, guys,
Yeah, follow me.
on
My
everything, on
memory's so
everything.
bad.
And I guess we've got a few minutes left. One question I have is, what advice would you give to a woman who is comedy curious? Like, oh, I enjoy stand up. Maybe I could do it. I don't know if I'm ready to, to do a mic. What advice would you give that person?
Oh my god, just go and do it. Just do it. I would recommend the ultra comedy courses or any other like short courses. What gives you the training and gives you a gig at the end of it. I didn't get a chance to do it. I had to do it raw. um, but yeah, just do it. Just go to an open mic. Just see what it's about. Watch people. Write 5 minutes. Yeah, and just go on stage. So when you go to open mics, you can take your books, you can take your notes up, you can read from your books the first time. Like, is that's absolutely fine. You're okay to do that. So yeah, don't no pressure. Just go and do it.
Nice. And if we're let's go just like slightly one level deeper. Like, what would you say to somebody who has finally like figured out what they want to do, but just terrified of making a step into something that they've never like fully committed to before, or just stepping into like a completely new thing?
I think that's the best time. Like those feelings that you get in that moment of just doing it, you've just got to do it. That's you've just got to close your eyes and do it. I think, like with anything, and then those feelings are the best feelings. When those feelings go away, it's not as fun anymore. But yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat. And I've had a
You're
wonderful
welcome.
yap session with you. And I appreciate that you aren't feeling super well, but
It's
still look
okay.
amazing and are super like
There's
on
a
point with
filter
your
on.
answers. But yeah, thank you guys. Tune in to the Bitches and Stitches Substack Jokes Before Blokes. It's BIS Femme Comedy on Substack.com. We'll repost this. We'll also put it up on our Instagram, Bitches in Stitches LDN. And yeah, thanks, Kimmy. And I will talk
Thank
to you
you.
again tomorrow at a workshop.
Yay! Oh yeah!
That one. All right. I'll see you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Uh,
All right, bye everybody. Bye bye.